Exclusive, and this is the latest in a string of exclusives related to Vodafone Idea. Of course, you probably heard the conversation that NDTV Profit had with the telecom minister yesterday, where he was asked about Vodafone Idea, and he said that he would choose to not comment about any developments as things stand. And then later in the day, we got exclusive information that the government might be looking to throw another lifeline to Vodafone Idea, specifically with regard to the treatment of AGR dues. The latest development has to do with what banks are saying. Are they likely to lend to Vodafone Idea? What are the conditionalities that they're looking at? And my colleague and our bureau chief and editor of banking and economy, Vishwanath Nair, joining us on the phone line to tell us about what he's heard. Vishy, important information that you picked up.
Right, Alex. So the development is clear that the lenders have put their foot down and said that they need that clarity on the AGR dues, specifically before they even consider lending to Vodafone Idea any further. Now, what we're understanding is that the major public sector banks are actually in favor of giving loans to Vodafone Idea, provided that the government gives the necessary extension or waiver of the AGR dues that Vodafone Idea owes to the government. Currently, 84,000 crore, nearly 84,000 crore worth of AGR dues are pending from Vodafone Idea, of which the company has sought a waiver of 45,000 crore worth of dues. So the banks are very clear that till we get some clarity from the government on what exactly they're going to do with the dues, we are not really inclined to look at the proposal. But the minute that happens, they will be very willing to extend the loans. And this is, remember, the major public sector bank side of the story and other public sector lenders. In terms of some of the other private sector lenders, it seems that they're still very reluctant to go ahead. We'll have to see, how these pieces fall into the place, and finally how lenders actually end up giving further loans to Vodafone Idea. They need that money from the banks to ensure that even after that AGR dues waiver, their business continues to sustain and they're able to grow their business further. For that, they will need the bank financing, which is crucial. But till the government gives some clarity, banks are going to stay put.
Very important story there, and we'll come back to you, Vishy, over the course of the day, of course, to see if you pick up anything more. And of course, it's sizable information as it stands right now, and we'll see how that pans out for Vodafone Idea. Let me actually go across to Rajesh on this one. Rajesh, Vodafone Idea, it's a company that is flagging, it is losing market share as we speak. Of course, in the fourth quarter, the losses were less than they have had in the past. But they incurred a net loss, and that's because the finance cost was larger than the EBITDA that they earned. So they need a bailout.
Yes, I do agree that they need a bailout because the debt is so huge that even if they continue raising some amount of fund, that won't be even able to service the interest part. And unless this AGR thing is taken care of, I don't think there is any point in, fundamentally any point in investing in Vodafone Idea. Even if you look at the operations, they are lagging to 4G. Forget about 5G being launched in the entire country. The RPUs are the lowest in the industry. You have good companies in the sector, maybe a Jio or a Airtel doing very, very well. So why not invest into that? But yes, for small trading and all, maybe punting, you can take this as a options market where you buy a 6 rupee option in a hope of maybe going to 12 rupees or going to zero. So if somebody's ready to take that kind of risk, Vodafone can be a buy. But fundamentally,